If you're an Eagles or a Chiefs fan, this Sunday is going to be especially exciting. But doctors warn that the big game can also bring big stress and the increased risk of a heart attack.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Now
That's serious, fans.
Scared to watch the game. Well, joining us now to talk heart health is Dr. Brian Kolski, interventional cardiologist and director of structural heart disease program at Providence St. Joseph Hospital in Orange County. That's a mouthful, but it's great to see you, doctor, and thanks for joining us today, because a lot of folks, they're going to be really watching the Super Bowl. And so this latest story is the research shows there's a higher rate of heart attacks during and right after the Super Bowl for fans of the losing team. So walk us through these findings.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the findings are pretty clear, and it's actually across all sports. Is these games that we're so emotionally invested in, those emotional stresses and triggers can trigger heart attacks. We looked at a study at World Cup soccer games, and they had a 50% increase in their heart attacks in the countries that had games playing at the time. And in our own sort of Los Angeles market, in a very upsetting Super Bowl loss, we saw an increased number of heart attacks and admissions for heart-related conditions along those lines. So, absolutely, this is a time when we're kind of on higher alert over here at the hospital.
Incredible. Well, tell us, why does this happen and who is most at risk?
Well, I think it's still typically the vulnerable patients who, have the major risk factors: sedentary lifestyles, overweight, smoking, diabetes. These are still the same types of patients presenting with heart-related illnesses. And some patients just haven't been screened necessarily appropriate, and some have underlying conditions that maybe are not being well managed. And these are the people we see that are the most vulnerable.
Well, Sunday is fast approaching. I know somebody's not going to be able to kind of get fit in that quick a time, but is there, or what can be done to prevent or lower somebody's risk?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest things are behaviorally, kind of what's going to keep you from sort of going over the deep end emotionally when your team is not doing well, or even the other side of things when you're overly excited. And then we also know that there's some short-term detrimental things to eating, high-calorie, high-fatty meals that can cause sort of even temporary stunning of heart artery muscles. So really, and the extra excessive alcohol too. So really the behavioral things is drink in moderation, eat in moderation, and really try to limit the highs and lows when your team's breaking your heart.
Oh. So just chill out, all right? Dr. Brian Kolski, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, and hope you enjoy your Super Bowl and eat those healthy snacks.